Hi, thank you for watching this video today. My name is Miguel Reina Ortiz, and today I'm going to try to offer some tips, some helpful practices for the organization of symposia for the annual meeting of the ASTMH. As I said earlier, my name is Miguel Reina Ortiz. I am an associate professor in the College of Public Health in the University of South Florida. I also have had the privilege of serving in the ASTMH Committee on Global Health, ACGH, in several occasions. I'm currently the past president of the committee. I also serve as a member of the Scientific Program Committee of STMH. STMH, as you may know, is the largest organization in the world that brings together experts dedicated to reducing the burden of tropical infectious diseases in the world, as well as improving global health. Today, in the talk, I will want to start by offering a brief definition of what is a symposium, and then talk about what are symposia in the context of the annual meeting of STMH. Then I will try to offer a summary of what steps are required after you receive notification of your approval of your symposium proposal. Then I will move into providing some advice based on the importance of communication in your role as a symposium organizer. After today's video, my goal is that you would be encouraged and prepared to fulfill your responsibility as a symposium organizer. And I'm excited for you and your symposium in our upcoming annual meeting of STMH. What are symposia? Long ago, the times in which symposium were, the definition of symposium was limited to these lively discussions that followed banquets in ancient Greece. Today, symposia are important networking activities in the scientific community that usually happen in the context of scientific meetings. We could say that symposium or symposia are gathering of experts to discuss a topic where ideas are freely interchanged. In ASTMH, symposia bring together a small group of scientists to present data on specific themes of topics. For you to prepare a symposium for ASTMH, you will need to submit a proposal using the appropriate channels provided in the website of the organization. When doing so, you can choose between a traditional format or a creative format. The traditional format is where you have 4 to 5 speakers lined up, one after each other, and then you have a Q&A session that follows the presentation. But you may offer alternative formats that you think are suitable for the topic that you want to address. If you choose to select a creative format, you must provide a rationale why you want to do a creative format. Once the symposium proposal is submitted to the society, the STMH Scientific Program Committee will review all the proposals and will decide which ones will be included in the annual meeting program. The decision will be made based on the novelty and timeliness of the information, the diversity of speakers, as well as the anticipated level of interest that the topic may generate in the audience of the annual meeting. Once the Scientific Program Committee makes a decision of which symposia to include in the annual meeting, symposium organizers will be notified of that decision. At this point, the symposium organizer will receive a provisional acceptance of the symposium. What does that mean? Is that you as a symposium organizer still need to complete steps to make sure that you submit a finalized proposal before the deadlines. And that's when you will be finally, let me say that again, at that point, the Scientific Program Committee will review the submissions and will make a final decision on the symposium, and you will be notified about that as well. So once you receive the notification, what should you do next? Well, there are a couple of steps that need to be completed, and I have them enumerated in this slide and the next one. It's important that you complete all these steps before the deadlines that are provided to you in the email communication that you should have received from STMH. Notifications are sent usually in early June, and in that time, you will receive an email with the information on the deadlines and the process that you need to complete. One of the things that you may need to do as soon as you receive notification is that you may need to finalize the symposium title and a description and other information that is related to the symposium. It may be that you already have this information and you don't need to change it. It may need that you need to update information that you submitted in your initial proposal. In any case, just make sure that you have a final title, description, and a symposium information before the deadlines. You also need, at this stage, you also need to finalize the speakers, and that includes the speaker name, the institutions, the job titles, and the titles of the presentations, among other things. Again, refer to your communications and policy and guidelines to make sure that you finalize this before the deadline. As part of your responsibility as a symposium organizer, you need to collect a speaker disclosure information. This is required by STMH so that the society can offer a continuing medical education credits. Another thing that you may want to do at this point is finalize the order of speakers in the symposium if that hasn't been done yet. One thing that I encourage you to do as a symposium organizer is to read all the policies and guidelines that are associated with the symposium and that you fully understand them, so that then you can transmit the information that is relevant to the speakers so that they can understand what to do on their end to make sure that the symposium is successfully organized. Some of the information that you may need to communicate to your speakers will be related to audiovisual technical requirements. It is important that you share that information as well with them in a timely manner. At these early stages of the organization of the annual meeting, it is not possible for you to know exactly what day and what time during the annual meeting will the symposium be held. That's why it's important that you make sure that all your speakers are available to present anytime during the annual meeting time frame. That ensures that it doesn't matter when in the annual meeting the symposium gets finally scheduled, your speakers will be able to present on that day. You want to make sure that your speakers understand the registration policies. Your speakers may be wondering, do I need a full registration? Can I get a discount? Can I get a complimentary registration? There are specific circumstances for each of these scenarios. Answer to these questions can be found in the guidelines and policies of the organization. So you may want to review those guidelines and understand them. Communication is of the essence in your role as a symposium organizer, because it is the symposium organizer's responsibility to share information with all symposium participants. And I would say it's not only to share the information, but to make sure that the information is received and understood, and to encourage your speakers to submit the information that is required from them on a timely manner as well. To help you fulfill that role, I think one of the important things is that you share information in a timely manner. As soon as you are notified from STMH and you receive a deadlines and process from the society, you should forward that email to your speakers. You should forward that information to your speakers. It's important that you pay attention when you receive communications from STMH via email, that information is not only contained in the content of the email, that is in the text of the email, but usually there are hyperlinks in the email. So you may want to be sure to follow those hyperlinks and read the information in the hyperlinks, because that's important information that you need to share to your speakers. In the past, what I have done to share communication with my speakers is that when I receive an email from STMH, I read the email, I read the hyperlinks, I understand, I extract the information that is important, and then I share with my speakers. I forward the email to my speakers, but I just not only forward, but in my email, I summarize the important information. I make note of the action items and the deadlines, and I highlight those. I think that's an important skill, or an important tip rather, that you may use to help you organize your symposium. It's also important that you have open lines of communications with your speakers, and that I would advise you to have more than one means of reaching out to your speakers, not only email, for instance. You may want to be sure that you are able to access them probably through text messages or WhatsApp or other means of communication, just to make sure that the information is received and shared in a timely manner. You may want to organize Zoom meetings with all your speakers to make sure that information is shared and that everybody is on the same page regarding deadlines and processes. I would encourage you to keep track of deadlines and help your speakers keep track of them. If you receive an email in early June, don't wait until end of July or August to send that information to speakers. Send it as soon as you receive it. And help your speakers to keep track of deadlines. If a deadline is coming up in 6 weeks, you may want to send an email now, and then maybe an email 2 weeks before the deadline, and maybe 1 week before the deadline, to make sure that everybody is aware of the deadline. You may even want to send an email a few days before the deadline, just to encourage your speakers to meet the deadlines and to troubleshoot any possible technical unexpected challenge that may arise, because they will probably arise. If in the process you have any challenge, any questions, I will encourage you to reach out to the STMH team member who sends you the information about the symposium. That person will be in the capacity to help you and to guide you as you organize the symposium. Of all the means of communications, the ones that I've seen in the past, the most often used is email. So I want to just reiterate a few important things about emails. They need to be shared in a timely manner. Don't wait, do not procrastinate. As soon as you get it, read it, understand it, extract information, and share the information. The content in the email may be long. The content in the email may be short. There might be hyperlinks. Make sure that you go over all that information. And when sharing information, it might be overwhelming for the speaker to receive all that information at once. So I would make sure that you summarize your action item, that you summarize your action items and deadlines, and that you highlight them in the email as well. Whenever an email is long, just write in summary, this is what is needed from you by this time. A, B, C, D. Make it clear to them so they can follow through. Some final thoughts that I wanted to share with you. I think it's important that as you start the process of organizing the symposium from the beginning, when you submitted the original proposal, until this time when you have received notification that the symposium will be included in the annual meeting, throughout the whole process, I will encourage you to create an environment of collaboration, inclusion, and respect with your symposium team, so that the information can be shared and understood, and the deadlines can be kept. And also be prepared for the unexpected, because there might be challenges. A speaker may fall sick. A speaker may suddenly be unavailable to be in the meeting. You may have a technical challenge, a last-minute technical challenge. Things may happen and will happen, and you want to be prepared. You want to be ready to step up whenever the occasion requires you to do so. I'm sure you will be able to do a successful organization of your symposium. I hope that the information shared in this video today helps you in the process. I hope that you're motivated and encouraged, and I can't wait to see what you have to share with us in the next annual meeting. Thank you for your attention.